Hello and welcome back to The Case of the Golden Idol. We're here today to start scenario 10. Not only that, we're starting chapter 4, The New Order. Last time we learned a lot about how James Turner and I think it's Alistair were trying to infiltrate not just this cult, but they're trying to get Walter Keane, I believe. No, sorry, Lazarus Hurst. Hurst, is that what his name was? Yeah, Lazarus Hurst. Up the ranks of like the prime minister, the seven. I think there was something about the seven kingdoms or the. What was it? I forget. I don't know. They're trying to infiltrate leadership, and they're trying to use this golden idol to do something big. And I think it has to do with like resurrection or something. I don't know. Based on that last little cutscene. So let's jump right into scenario number 10. I'm very excited. Here we go. Whoa. How come it didn't say chapter 4 at the beginning of this? Is this like a trial? Oh my goodness. Why do we already have 12 filled out here? Oh, numbers. Sorry, I was staring at everything for a while. Wait a second, I want to go back. Why didn't we get a... Oh, we're just like right into it. Okay. Alright, what do we have here? We have an upstairs. I recognize you, I think. I thought you were the one that died. Such a relief that they decided not to push any fashion charges. I hope the process is not painful. Fashion charges. Okay, so this is a courtroom. For a second, I thought this was like a classroom or something. This tribunal is a farce. They spread lies. That my love is merely lust. And what do they even know about true art? What is going on? There's art right here. I felt it in my bones that I should have drunk less. Now we poor souls experience God's wrath. Really now. Hello, I recognize you. It is a thing of beauty to see order prevail. If it were not against the first virtue, I would feel very happy. Nicholas. I'll wager you feel the new regime rewards your diligence now. So tell me why I saw you spend more than 3 shillings on new clothes after I asked you to lend me money and you said you had none to spare. I suggest you lend me some now unless you want me to write up an official report about a 4th virtue breach. Your beloved brother. Now, is it brother or is it brother, as in cult brother? Nicholas, if this is to him, I kind of remember him and his last name, but not really. Here's that same heart, flying heart, eyeball symbol. Nicholas Maker, 1757, record keeper of the Order Party. History of infraction and obedience. Labeled a protocol as being on Thursday, even though it was Wednesday. Took a double-length lunch break in the office. A positive, loyal service in low-ranking position to the Order Party, plus 10 merit. Total merit, plus 4. That's good to know. That means each of these were 3, like minus 3, minus 3. This is plus 10. Interesting. So is the trial against him, it looks like. But there's also a dead body over here. A really skinny-looking dead body. That's creepy. Let's keep going here, though. Weekly Order Party of People's Tribunal, number 42. March 14th, 1795. So this is about 3 years after what the last scenario, I think. 6 culprits are brought to the tribunal. 12. Tribunals open. 12:15. Each culprit's charges are evaluated and merit changes calculated. Okay. So it's all based on numerical. And then at 1510, first culprit's merit exaction starts. Second and third. These are all about, this one's 10 minutes apart and this one's 15 minutes apart. But there's 6 of them. And there's only 3 listed here. What time is it now? Because it looks like this is the calculation for him. Alright, hello sir, who are you? Poor bugger, I've never seen so much merit removed in the tribunal. Some mistakes are very costly. You look familiar. Your face looks familiar. An Albion franc banknote. Aha! This is Mr. David Goron. No wonder you look familiar. Enforcer of the Order Party. History of infraction and obedience. Had a secret compartment in his office locker. I kind of remember that. Maybe. Was it at his house? No, that wasn't David Goron's house. Denied the existence of the secret compartment. So lied. Loyal service in low-ranking position to the Order Party. Plus 8. So each one of these was just worth 1 demerit. We'll call them demerits. We got merits and demerits. Okay. What do we got here? Paintings? Remember the third virtue. What is the third virtue? I have no idea. Remember the second virtue. Okay, stay awake, no sleeping. Fashion. So is that by which they are measuring their merits based on the virtues, perhaps? This guy mentioned something about fashion. No fashion charges. Okay. Who are you? Wow, he also kind of looks familiar. The man is not breathing. No apparent wounds. So we have a dead man here with no apparent wounds. Prince of Dusk. Like night I am dark and full of terror. I do not fear love. Do not make that error. When you know my name, just look for my face. I do not fear love. Is this a riddle? Prince of Dusk. Like the moon? Like the face of a moon? When you know my name, just look for my face. Unless he was writing poetry of some kind? That's interesting. Okay. Well, that's only half the stuff. Let's look up here. Oh, hello. I recognize you, James Turner. And this is Alistair. What was that his name? Yeah. That is music to my ears. Music to my ears, Alistair. But do control your emotions. We, as arbiters of order, must never violate the first virtue. What is the first virtue? A bunch of Albion franc banknotes. He's got a lot of money. Dr. James Turner. They're all being evaluated here. History of infraction and obedience. Drank a full bottle of brandy at a picnic. Kept the book Legacy of Rose Dynasty in his study. I feel like I saw that book in that big mansion. I thought that was the Cloudsley mansion, maybe. Loyal service to the Order Party in high-ranking position, plus 20. Okay, so he's at plus 12. That means each of these are worth 4. Great. But he's an arbiter. But he's also being evaluated. Dear Dr. Turner, I must regretfully inform you that during your absence from party business, your senior assistant, Daniel, has demonstrated extreme untidiness. Daniel. I don't remember Daniel. I should. The name is actually kind of familiar. Senior assistant Daniel to Dr. Turner, and thus breached one of the virtues. Untidiness is one of the virtues. Junior assistant Toby. I don't have to collect Toby's name. Okay, so we learned one of the virtues there. You've got... Oh. Oh my goodness. So these are all the cases that he, like... I recognize this name, this name. I recognize Gideon. Josh Bailey sounds familiar. I don't recognize this name at all. Culprit. Oh, these are the 6 potential culprits. Fanger Quinn. Charges. Claimed he had no wife. Has a painting depicting a naked person in his house. Broke his wife's favorite teapot in anger. Was observed spending a night with neighbor's wife. Huh. I wonder if we have to like somehow calculate what that's going to be. Walter Keene. I recognize this. Culprit, Mr. Walter Keene. Charges. Flirted 3 times with different married women during the party convention. Wore ridiculous headgear at 5 public events. Claimed he had not betrayed High Arbiter Lazarus. High Arbiter. So he's up. Lazarus is up there. He's in charge of the party of order during his ritual of ascendance. Okay. Oh, I remember this. Ritual of ascendance. Expelled from the party of order. That's right. So he's gone. Lothar Richards. I remember Lothar. He was the dad, I believe, of that woman that was like courting Cloudsley, but then the younger guy wanted him as well. Mr. Lothar Richards. Charges. Held a dinner party a few years ago where he offered large amounts of wine to his guests. Got angry during... So is wine the issue or is the party an issue? Got angry during the questioning and shouted at the High Arbiter. But he did reveal the whereabouts of his hiding fugitive dissident daughter Mary and her husband Peter. Peter got Mary. Oh my gosh. Got married to Mary. Evaluated as plus 15 merit because he divulged this information. Okay. Josh Bailey. I kind of remember Josh Bailey. Left his work at Tannery early. Drank excessive amounts of gin at the Scrawny Cat. Drank excessive amounts of rum at the Old Oak. Approached a married woman with an indecent offer. Denied 4 times during questioning that he had done these acts. So lying is definitely a big charge. Okay. Horace Webb. I don't remember Horace. Charges. Has not held down a job since the new regime. Evaluated at 60 instances of non-work. That's a lot. Claims he works in his castle, helping his servants clean it. Possesses 15 books kept in his private library. There's something about, like, having books that is not good, a part of this order. But he did express willingness to donate his castle to the party. Evaluated at plus 200 merit. Wow, that is a nice castle. The New Order party, I'm remembering now from the last scenario. They were trying to kick out the moderate and the other one. And New Order, yeah, they were trying to get Lazarus up the ladder there and make sure to install this New Order. So they're really trying to, like, rule the world or rule this area of the world. Gideon Bell, I remember you. You had twitchy eyes last time. Duke. That's new information. Wears an outrageous hairstyle, I think blue hair, if I remember correctly. Broke down in tears 10 times during the questioning. Has refused to start working. Evaluated at 5 instances of job skipping. Rejected the High Arbiter's request that he share information of a secret entrance to the castle of his cousin, the Sovereign. His cousin is the Sovereign. Interesting. So we have these 3 down here we're going to have to look at. Hello. What are you insinuating, James? I would never breach the 4th virtue. You know darn well that I keep no secrets. Yeah, bullcrap. Everyone's full of secrets here. Banknotes. Dear Arbiter Koch, I'm writing to inform you that our regiment's colonel was seen with another officer's wife. So he's a colonel. In a potentially intimate situation, we implore that you send your agents to investigate this potential flouting of the 1st virtue. Ah, okay. The colonel. We read about that over there in one of the other, in one of the other, what are these called? Yeah, in the culprit books, we'll call them that. Someone was cheating on his wife. We implore you to send your agents to investigate. Okay, so the first virtue is cheating, like infidelity. Let's see how you're doing. You got plus 11, Lord Alistair Koch. Coach. I'm never going to get that right. What is that? How do you pronounce that? History of infraction and obedience. Slapped a sergeant in anger. Listened to marching music in his manor. What's wrong with marching music? I don't know. What's wrong with music? You know what? Even James Turner was commenting on the music. Sort of. That is music. Okay. Plus, loyal service to the Order Party in high-ranking position. Plus 20 again. Total merit. So that means there's 9 between these two. So they're not going to be worth the same. Actually, I didn't even think about how the other ones might not be worth the same or whatever. All right. And then there's this crown. There's a seat missing here. Is he up here? Oh my goodness. It's Lazarus. Silence. You will perform your function as much as is required. It is paramount to ensure order in our new society. 16, it says, and it's pulled down. Was he using this to, like, control them in some capacity? Let's look at the virtues. Well, yeah, 4 maxims of virtue is written on the wall. All right, so here are the virtues. Love. Dreaming. Sleeping. We saw one that was 3 earlier, and I can't remember what it was, and 4 eyeballs. We're going to have to name these merits. Oh, and how much they're worth. I see. That's cool. All right. What's this? Remember the second virtue. Store confiscated objects and evidence according to the virtue breached. Okay. That's cool. So this is to virtue 1. Brandy was involved. And opium was involved. Opium is poisonous. Could have been used as poison. Does it say unopened? Doesn't say that with either of them. But that has to do with the infraction of, like, love. And then this is the infraction of sleep. I just remember it said 2, and he was, like, on the... Oh, we also have this. Oh, okay, so we have to fill in all the virtues. All right. And over here is invoice, February 15, 1795, Blackbrook Farm. 3 pounds of butter, 25 pence. Delivery, 6 pence. Total cost, 29 pence. Delivery of food. Is that like gluttony, maybe? And then the sun. Oh, yeah, music. What's wrong with music? A violin? A gnome-looking dude taking a crap on a pot? That must be the artwork. So any kind of art. This dude. Portrait of Gideon Bell, painted by Jasmine Nightwings in 1794. So he has art. So there's something up with art. So no art, no love, no cheating, no something or other, no art. And then, what is this one? Ah, no books. Autumn Tales and Stories. It's like imagination. No imagination. No art. No love. I don't know why it's a sun, though. Who are you, servant? In all truth, Lord High Arbiter, I would prefer storing no more than this. The London Gazetteer, March 13th, 1795. Since year 1792, when it gained a majority in Parliament and liberated our government from multi-party chaos, the Order Party has worked hard to improve society. Despite the vast popular support for the party, His Majesty refuses to acknowledge the authority of the party's tribunal. High Arbiter Lazarus Hurst has announced that in 2 months, the party and its supporters will participate in a peaceful march. Oh, the march. Marching music. Peaceful march to the king's current residence to demonstrate their virtue of moderation. Is this more like propaganda? I don't think so. Is he storing no more than this? Storing no more than what? Okay. Who are you? I am honored to help the party upkeep the 4 virtues. I only hope sitting here all day does not count as sloth. That's number 11. Sloth. Hey, there are worse jobs than this one, and thank God tobacco is not considered an indulgence. Indulgence. A bit boring, though. Too bad literature is forbidden. A half-full pouch of tobacco. We've collected everything. Wow. All right. I think I have an idea. So we've got indulgence. Tobacco, I mean, that feels like it should be an indulgence. But what do I know? A bit boring. Too bad literature is forbidden. So, okay. Maybe we should start here. Let's start with sloth. Sorry, I'm thinking through here. I believe this is sloth. At work. I guess it doesn't really matter what we put these. These are the 3 things associated with sloth. Untidiness, maybe? Diligence. And indulgence? Oh, we gotta get all of these. Dang it. The first virtue is... Let's just call this indulgence. Excessive lust. Excessive beauty. Maybe. Emotions. Just guessing these right now. The third virtue is... Wait a second. I've got this reversed. The virtue, not the bad things. Sloth is going to be one of these that's against... It's this. And these are going to be good things. First virtue is beauty, for example. Or it could be love. I don't think I know enough exactly yet. Or I haven't thought through it, rather. So let's go back to... Let's go back to who died for a second. This dude. Who is this guy? Notably, we don't need to... Okay. Notably, we don't need to, like, know who everyone is here, unlike literally every other scenario. But we kind of have to here. So let's do this. I think we can fill some of these out. Let's start there since I want to make some progress initially here. Let's go back up and look at some of these. Oh, no, we can't. We have to know how much each one is worth. So we have to first go back down to... You, sir? No, wait. One of you had... Did any of you guys down here have... Yeah, you did. David Goron. Okay. Secret compartment in his office locker. That's lying. Denied the existence. That's lying. Let's just say that lying then is worth 1 merit. For now. I don't really know what that... Maybe truthfulness is this. Is there truth? I know there is. Truth. So that means that lies is obviously not that. Truth. I guess mistakes might be in there. I don't want this to be there at all. There we go. And I guess literature maybe? I don't know. I'm just guessing there. That might be part of like art or something. Alright, either way, that's good for this one. Let's look at what the other ones were. It wasn't any of these. So let's go back up here and take a look at you, sir. What have you done wrong? That's drunkenness. That's like sloth, maybe? So he's missing... So this is like -4 for sloth. Kept the book. And -4 for literature? I keep calling this one sloth, but it's like diligence. Okay. Secrets. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking through here. So what was that? Let me go back here. Loyal service to the order party plus 12. So that is 4. Because it's 8 between the two of them. So let's put 4 at this one. -4. It also makes me think that one of these is -4 as well. But I'm going to hold off on that for now. But I'm going to remember there's more to look. How are you doing? Slapped a sergeant in anger. That's emotions. And that's music. These two are going to be different because it's 9. Listen to marching music. So it's going to be like 4 and 5? I mean, the music seems like a big... This is... Well-temperedness? What did we say that heart one was? Beauty. That's just a guess, though. Excessive lust. That's not going to be there. Emotions. Interesting. Okay. Marching music in his manner. What would slapping be? That's what I'm wondering. What would slapping be? We don't really know these virtues again. Let me go back down real quick. I want to see. This is the art. This is bad. You can't do art. So it's vulgar music. Oh, it's specifically vulgar music, vulgar art, and vulgar fashion. Okay, that's got those 3 have to be right. And that would make the third virtue moderation. That feels right to me. I think this is where we got to start. Because we have 12 of them. We have way more than 12 listed here, though. And then, is this the one that had lies in it? Stories, books. Lies, secrets, and literature. Stakes. Diligence would be sloth. Lust. Indulgence. Oh, we're close. Look at that. I love to see that. 2 or fewer slots. It might not be indulgence then. Mistakes. Lust, indulgence, beauty. What would it be? Beauty. What would it be? Emotions and lust. Untidiness. Nope, that's got to be indulgence. That works. All right, let me review. First, beauty could be a virtue. Diligence is a virtue. Moderation and truth. That seems to work. Is literature? Maybe idle? No. Gosh, what did I put there? Literature? Yeah. Literature is correct. Then that would mean... Let's see. Moderation. Yeah, this one's got to be correct. Lust, indulgence, and emotions. I don't know if emotions is correct. Art? We did art. Souls. No. Music, emotions, untidiness, years, idle, truth. Bones? No. Lies, secrets, and literature. Diligence, mistakes, untidiness, and sloth. Beauty, lust, indulgence, and emotions. Could it be art? No. It is emotions. Then that all seems correct. Diligence. I guess emotions. First virtue is, it might not be beauty. No, it is. Okay. I think. Let me just double check that as beauty. Oh, it's not beauty. It's not beauty. Would it be lust? No, there's no way. It's not beauty. What if it's emotions? I wouldn't necessarily know unless it's something else that it's moving to. Or unless, yeah. If there's two. If there's just one, then that's how I would know. Why would emotions be the virtue? It's got to be beauty. There's no love, though. Let's try beauty again. I'm thinking through the options. We know that this is one that needs to be fixed based on this. We just don't know if there is another one. We can kind of narrow that down a little bit, like by doing that. And then we could do diligence, mistakes, untidiness, and sloth. Years, secrets, truth. Moderation makes sense with these completely. Unless literature is in here. That's not true. Truth, lies, secrets. This also feels a little weird because these kind of feel like other categories here. But when I put here, no, so literature has to be there. I keep coming back to this one. Excessive lies, excessive indulgence, excessive emotions. Did I say lies? Excessive lust, excessive indulgence. That makes sense to me. So beauty is not right, though. Is it merit? Okay. Let me think about that for a second and go back to this real quick. This may or may not be easier to get. I believe this one was like 5. No, there was someone else who cheated. Where was that? Where was that person? You? That's a lie. And a lie. This is actually going to be easier to figure out now that we kind of filled in some of this. We know generally what it is. So over here we have... No, over here, each one of these is worth 1. So lying, fourth virtue is 1. We know that for sure. Okay. I could have sworn. Aha! Yes, this is what I wanted to read. Labeled a protocol as being on Thursday. That's not truth. Okay. Took a double length lunch breaks in the office. That's like deception or sloth. So lying is worth 1. Or maybe these are both mistakes. Actually, maybe. Yeah, that's like laziness or diligence. And then this is sloth as well. So he's at +4 and that gave him 10. So 6 is the difference. Each one is worth 3. And that's... Where's diligence? Yeah, diligence. So it's actually worth 3 merit. And that would mean that if we went back up to here and looked at you, sir. Drank a full bottle of brandy at a picnic, kept the book Legacy of Rose. That's negligence or whatever, indulgence. So there's 8. Indulgence and the book one. Truth. So beauty and truth. We know truth is worth 1. So this is worth 7? Like the 7th commandment? And then I don't remember seeing anyone break that one. Slap. Oh, that could be the one. Moderation. No, music. Okay, the slap is out of control. Let me think about this. I've got it. The slap is emotional. So the slap is worth 7. So there's 9. So then the other ones are worth 2. Please work. Please work, please work, please work, please work. Yes! Nice. Now we can start to calculate the other ones. This is really a math one. This is crazy. Let's see if we can calculate these other ones. Gosh, okay, I'm gonna actually take a picture of these so I don't forget them. And I'll be able to reference it without like switching back to each. Okay, let's do some math. See if we can do all these real quick. Fanger Quinn. Let's go upstairs and find out. We're already here. Okay, Fanger Quinn. Claimed he had no wife. That's a lie. That's 1. Has a painting depicting a naked person in his house. That is 2. Gosh, I also need a picture of this. Because this isn't quite correct, but it's 2, so that's 3 so far. 1 plus 2. 1 and 2. Broke his wife's favorite teapot in anger. Plus another 2, that makes 5. Was observed spending a night with a neighbor's wife. That's 7. 5 plus 7. That's a lot. 5 plus 7. So he's at negative 12. I believe. Let's just get this right. Negative 12. Walter Keane. Flirted 3 times with different married women during the party. Wow, we're doing multiplication now. 3 times. Does that count as... Yeah, it would. 3 times 7 is 21. Wore ridiculous headgear at 5 public events. So 21, and the headgear would be excessiveness. Yes, moderation. That's 2. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 21 is, 31. 31. Okay, claimed he not betrayed, however, that's a lie. 31 and plus 1 is 32, so it should be negative 32. Wow, Walter Keane. Disappointing. Let's see if this is right. Oh, come on. Was it 31? I missed it? No. Alright, I did the math wrong somewhere. Flirted. What if these are just each worth 1 and we're not doing multiplication? It's 1 charge. So let's do it that way real quick. This is 7. This is 2. So that's 9. And that's 1 is 10. Minus 10. Yeah. Oh. It is a 3? Oh, it's a 3. I'll just do this for a second because I don't want to do math. Let's just see. All right, so we know it's a 3, but the other stuff could be wrong. So originally I said 32. Let's keep it there for a second and look one more time. Claimed he had no wife. That's a lie. That's 1. Has a painting depicting a naked person in his house. That's 2, I believe. Yes, 2. I'm double checking. Okay, yeah, 2. So that's 3. Broke his wife's favorite teapot in anger. That's... Seven is 9. Oh, I got this one wrong. Okay. Because this... Okay, anger is also part of this one. Assuming it is. Emotions. So that's 7. Plus 7 is 14. Plus 1 is 15. And this one is 17. So I think I did that part wrong. So maybe 17? This could be right. Very nice. I think I understand. So that does confirm that emotions does go here, which we kind of already knew that based on this. Something still off, though, about this, I believe. Huh. I can click them all. Look at that. They change color. All right. Let's see if we can do some more of these. Lothar Richards. Let's do your math homework. Lothar held a dinner party a few years ago where he offered large amounts of wine to his guests. It's indulgence. It could be sloth as well. No. Excessive. So that's 7. Got angry during the questioning and shouted at the high arbiter. That's emotions. So that's 7 plus 7 is 14 plus 15 is plus 1. Let's do that. Plus 0, 1. Let's do Josh Bailey. Left his work at tannery early. That's 3. Drank excessive amounts of gin. It's not beauty, is it? It's something else. It's like, this might be moderation. Okay. Wow. That solves a lot. All right, moderation is excessive and beauty can become vulgar. That makes a lot more sense. All right. Wow. All right, with that in mind, let's go back and take a look at this. Where were we? Okay. Left his work at tannery early. That... I'm taking a picture of this one. You know, I don't want to keep going back here. I'm just going to look at my phone. Okay, this will just be faster overall. I took a picture of this one and this one, so I can just kind of easily see and do some math here. So he left his work at tannery early. That is a lack of diligence, perhaps. That's 3. Excessive drinking is 7. That's 10. Drank excessive amounts of rum. That is another 7 is 17. Approached a married woman with an indecent offer. 17 plus 7 is 24. Denied 4 times during questioning that he had done these acts. That's another 4. So what did I just say? 24, 28? That's my guess. Not plus, it's minus 28, Josh Bailey. Dang. Amazing. I can do math. I think I understand. Let's do the final 2 here. Horace Webb. Okay. He's got 200, but this might have to add up a lot here. Oh, this is why there's numbers here. All right, some real multiplication. Has not held down a job since the new regime. 60 instances. So 60 instances of basically sloth would be 3 times 60. 3 times 60 is 180. Let's keep that in mind. 180. Claims he works in his castle helping his servants clean it. That's a lie, so it's 181. Am I going to have to get out my calculator for this? 181 possesses 15 books, kept in his private library. 15 books. Each one is worth 1 as well. So 15, that's 181 plus 15 is 196. Expressed willingness, 200 merit. So he should be at plus 4, I believe. Let's do that. Plus 4. And finally, Gideon Bell. Let's get this right. Wears an outrageous hairstyle. I believe that would be under art and beauty. And like fashion. So that would be -2. Broke down in tears 10 times during the questioning. That's emotions. 70, that's 7 times 10 is 70. And this was 2, so -72. Has refused to start working. That's sloth. 3 times 5 is 15. 72 plus 15 is 87. 87. Rejected the request. Did he share secret information? What is that? 87. He rejected a request? That could be mistake, or it could be truth. Diligence. I think it might be truth, so we'll count that as 1. So 88, it's either that or it's 3, and it'd be 90. So 88, we'll try that first. He's really slacking here, Gideon. So that's 88. Amazing. Wow. And what is this? Why did this change, didn't it? No, it didn't. Nice. Wow, we got all of those. That's awesome. I haven't even opened this book yet. But guess what? I'm going to call it right here on this episode for today and leave you guys hanging on, and myself hanging at what comes next. Thank you so much for watching. We'll dive into the actual book for the scenario next time, and I will see you then. Bye.